Good morning, Mr. Trotter. Thank you for coming in for this meeting today. I understand that you're interested in purchasing a commercial property. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Before we discuss that, let me get some particulars from you. Um,
Hmm.
I need to, per regulations, I need to obtain some personal information from you. And ask, have you bought with you some, a few, personal identification and maybe a proof of address for our records?
Yeah, I have a passport with me and the Castleville tax bill.
Okay, yeah, those are great. We'll make copies of that. Um,
Mhm.
what is your date of birth?
S- Uh, uh, I don't quite remember. I don't quite remember.
Um, okay. And what is your address?
So I live in 6 Mandela Gardens. I'm Andela Gardens.
Say that again. Six, what was it?
Mandela. I'm Andela
Okay,
Garden. 6
okay,
Mandela Gardens.
okay,
Truro, Cornwall. Truro is Truro, Cornwall.
okay,
And my my postcode is TR159WS.
okay. And do you have an email address?
I don't have an email address. You can contact my phone.
Okay,
My mobile phone is which is not 07
Hmm.
947 555
Okay, so 0794755.
007
Hmm?
007
507-947-5555.
07947 555 007.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So, okay, thank you very much for that. So I about your plans, so you've expressed interest to purchase this property, or have you made an offer on this property? The estate agent, I have this bill of this advert from the estate agent. Um, uh, so tell me what.
So I know this the seller is about to sell this property, and the seller has hired a solicitor firm to help him.
Okay. How do you know the
Uh,
seller?
well, I just know the seller's name and the seller's address.
Oh, okay.
And the seller is actually a company
Okay.
called Cameron Properties Limited. And its registered office is Tibet House, TEBBITT House, Clarence Road, Clarence, CLARENCE Road, Leeds,
Okay.
LS9 7HT.
Okay. All right. But you don't have any relationship with this, with them. You just know of
No,
them. Okay.
yeah.
So what made you interested in purchasing the property?
So I want to purchase this property just because I have recently inherited some money from my grandmother who died a few months ago.
Okay.
So no, I have, since I have received this money, I'm buying this property as an investment and intend to let it out.
Okay, all right.
And I have a friend called Dale. Dale wants to take a lease of the property after I have purchased it, and he's intending to set up a dictation, delictation, DELA, DELICATESSEN.
Okay, all right.
Mm.
Okay, presently it is used as a, I see it's used as a textile business. Do you know if there's planning permission that allows it to change use from a commercial goods to a food business? I don't see that in the particulars. Do you know?
As far as I know, the property is vacant right now.
Right, right. But its prior uses has only been for textile trading, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We'd need to check to make sure that it's okay with planning.
Okay.
But
So,
I think it would be technically a change of use
okay.
because it's
So,
gone from a textile, you're selling textiles to selling, sandwiches and food, right? So there
okay.
may be a change of use in there. Well, I'll have to investigate this to see
Okay.
this, if you want, so long as you decide to want to retain us. Um, so regarding the purchase price, so how much, about, I want to talk about the financing of this
Okay.
here. How are you planning to finance it? You're going to pay cash for it then? All cash? Do you require any financing at all? Like, do you
So,
need a mortgage on the property or or what?
okay, so let me tell you. So I will pay the property through three ways, three
Okay.
sources of finance. So I will pay the 100,000 pounds of the price from the inheritance from the death of my grandmother.
Okay.
And while I have 5,000 pounds cash in my savings, I will pay 5,000, this 5,000 cash to them. And also I will apply for a repayment, a mortgage of 150,000 pounds from Northern Rec Building Society.
Okay, and what kind of, have you applied for this loan already? For this mortgage already?
No, but just
Okay.
I have a question about this. I'm not quite sure if a repayment mortgage is the right one for me. And do you know how does a repayment mortgage work?
Okay, so you're looking at a repayment mortgage as opposed to an interest-only mortgage. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so an interest-only mortgage, I'll explain how an interest-only mortgage means. All right, so you would borrow the 150,000 pounds and you would only pay in the interest-only mortgage, you would borrow the 150,000 pounds and you would only pay the interest on the mortgage for that period of years, whether it's a 10-year, a 15-year, or a 30-year mortgage. And then at the end of the period, you would repay the 150,000 pound principal. Whereas with the mortgage that you're talking about, the repayment mortgage, you would be paying interest, you would be paying the principal and the interest off in monthly, yearly installments, whatever the term of the mortgage is, piece by piece. And then at the end of the term, you would have no payments. You would not owe anything at the end of the term. The difference between the repayment mortgage and the interest only mortgage is, all right, the interest only mortgage, your payments are going to be much lower, but at the end of the term, you're going to have to pay back the principal of $150,000, which can be a lot. Whereas with the repayment mortgage, you're going to have higher payments over the life of the loan, but you will not have this 150,000 pound payment at the very end. So also, generally in my experience, rates for your rates for the interest rate is slightly lower for the repayment mortgage, but this varies wildly depending on who the lender is. So you need to be very careful and look at the overall lifetime cost of the loan and weigh that as you make the decision. It is very it's more common in commercial real estate for interest only loans, because frequently these properties are have multiple mortgages on them, so that the owners can leverage their assets value and acquire more property and obtain more rents and things like that. So if you're new to the property business, you may not be aware of this, but
Is there any other way available for me to something like mortgage, and which can help me to finance this purchase?
what do you mean? Any other ways to finance the purchase? You can bring in partners.
I'm short. I have 150,000 short to come to pay the full price. So I want to borrow this 150,000 pounds.
Okay.
Is there any other way similar to a mortgage which can help me to get this?
Do you have any existing assets that you can mortgage or obtain a line of credit on?
Oh, okay.
Do you have stocks or do you have other property that you own free of any charges, like free of any mortgages?
Okay, I see. Okay. So I know I will have to pay for the cost of the property.
Right.
And I have sorted it out already.
Mm.
So are there any other costs involved that I still need to know?
Yes, there are additional costs outside of this. You will owe, for one, you will owe a stamp duty land tax on this, which is, the tax, it varies on band. So I would have to go and look up what the 255,000 pound band is. I don't know whether that's 3 or 5%. I will check that and put that in a letter to you later about what the stamp duty land tax is. So there will be that. You will owe stamp duty land tax. We will have to do title searches on any encumbrances on the land, in case somebody we don't want you to acquire the land with a pre-existing mortgage on it, or with liens on it from somebody else's tax or debt, business debts. We will perform the property searches. We'll make sure that there are no covenants or other restrictions on the property, like say that there is somebody secretly living in there with the present owner who has contributed to the purchase price and has an interest in the property, or a neighbor that sold the land subject to a restriction that it can only ever be used for textile sales and that it cannot sell food, in which case you would probably lose interest in the property. We will also probably take out insurance on the property, if there are any unknown, if there are any problematic interests like covenants or charges,
Mhm.
or for any easements, we will have to pay an inspector to come and inspect the building. These are some of the additional costs. The single biggest cost is going to be the stamp duty land tax, the inspection, the property title searches, and the inspection of by the property inspection by will not they will not be as much as the stamp duty land tax.
Okay.
Those are additional properties. Now, additionally, there is one more. You could be subject to VAT on this commercial
Oh.
real estate property, but because it appears to be a very old building, we may be able to. The seller can opt out of paying VAT on an old commercial building. So
So you mean seller can choose not asking VAT?
correct. And
Okay.
we'll ask them, because that's obviously it's why pay why pay VAT of almost 18.5%,
Okay.
or 17.5%, whatever the VAT is right now.
Okay.
No point in that. We can probably get out of that. Any other questions for
Uh, not yet. Not yet.
okay.
Not yet. So I just want to purchase this property.
All right.
So how can you help me?
We can represent you and perform the title searches, advise you as to the quality of the title that you are about to purchase, perform due diligence on any registered covenants or overriding interests that may affect the quality of the title and impact your use and enjoyment of it.
Okay. Okay.
That's what we do,
Okay.
as we can assist you in procuring an appropriate mortgage for the 150,000 balance. We can advise as to the quality of the mortgage and the details of it. We can assist you and advise you as to acquiring the appropriate level of property and of insurance on whether there are, if we do need to take out insurance on any interests against the property, like easements that we may not that may affect your quality of the title. We can take out insurance on that. We'll take out building owner, assist you in and advise you on the quality of insurance on business property insurance for the business.
Okay.
We can advise you as well on the lease to your friend Dale for his delicatessen.
Okay.
We advise you and write up a lease for you there. And we can also assist you in obtaining planning permission as applying for planning change for we're changing the use of, if that is necessary, to change the use of this building from textile sales to a food business, if that is required. So that is everything that we can do for you
Okay.
in the future about this.
Okay.
So,
great.
is there anything else that you want me to cover, Mr. Trotter?
Well, I think that's all for today.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll
Thank-
send you a letter with some more information about these extraneous costs for stamp duty and the searches, and summarize the general advice that I've discussed with you today shortly.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.